What we eat is really our chemotherapy 3 times a day.
Meet Dr. William Li, a highly respected medical doctor trained at Harvard. He's a researcher and the founder and president of the Angiogenesis Foundation. His research has helped create over 40 FDA-approved treatments and medical tools for serious health problems like cancer, heart disease, slow-healing wounds, and vision problems. He's also a New York Times best-selling author. His book Eat to Beat Disease explains how the body can heal itself using the latest science. He recently released another book, Eat to Beat Your Diet, which talks about burning fat, fixing your metabolism, and living a longer life. In today's video, we're sharing some of Dr. William Li's most important lessons about how food can act like medicine to help the body fight diseases like cancer. At the end of the video, we'll share 5 powerful and healthy fruits that Dr. Li often recommends in his talks and presentations. Make sure to watch until the end so you don't miss any helpful tips.
Diet accounts for 30 to 35% of environmentally caused cancers. And in fact, we're probably forming these microscopic cancers all the time in our body. Autopsy studies from people who died in car accidents have shown that about 40% of women between the ages of 40 and 50 actually have microscopic cancers in their breasts. About 50% of men in their 50s and 60s have microscopic prostate cancers. And virtually 100% of us, by the time we reach our 70s, will have microscopic cancers growing in our thyroid.
Food as medicine.
Food, in fact, is really one of the most powerful healthcare interventions that we can do for ourselves, because food is the medicine that we put into our body 3 times a day. That's called food as medicine. You put good stuff into your body's going to last longer. The science is now telling us that there are things that we can deliberately choose. It's not food versus medicine, it's food and medicine that can help our treatments work better.
To help educate the public and share this important knowledge, Dr. William Li wrote a book all about using food as medicine. He explains how the right foods can support healing and protect us from disease. While this video highlights 5 specific fruits, it's important to remember that there are many natural foods with healing properties. These foods can strengthen the body, improve overall health, and act like natural medicine when eaten regularly.
First of all, in my book, I read about 150 foods. I think this is the first book that ever did 150 foods that have been shown by human clinical research that they can actually improve your metabolism, decrease the amount of body fat, reduce your waistline, and improve things like your blood sugars and your insulin sensitivity and the healthy hormones that relate to your metabolism.
In many seminars and interviews, Dr. William Li often highlights a few specific fruits because of their strong healing properties. These fruits come up again and again in his research and talks. Let's begin with the first one he often mentions, tomatoes.
Well, the best example I know is a study of 79,000 men followed over 20 years, in which it was found that men who consumed cooked tomatoes 2 to 3 times a week had up to a 50% reduction in their risk of developing prostate cancer. Now, we know that tomatoes are a good source of lycopene, and lycopene is anti-angiogenic. But what's even more interesting from this study is that in those men who did develop prostate cancer, those who ate more servings of tomato sauce actually had fewer blood vessels feeding their cancer.
Lycopene is a fat-fighting bioactive. Here's what it does. It actually takes our harmful fat and helps to burn it down by activating a special kind of fat we have in our body called brown fat. So good fat can burn down white fat, which is harmful fat, dangerous fat, and eating tomatoes will light that up, improve your metabolism, improves your metabolic profile overall, lowers bad cholesterol. This is all with tomato, and actually shrinks your waistline as well. One study that was done actually took normal, healthy young women who were not overweight or obese, okay, because a lot of research is done with people who are already overweight, but this is actually taking young, healthy female grad students who don't have extra weight. They're considered normal body size, whatever that means, okay? That can be debated, but the bottom line is that they had just 1 tomato to eat before lunch every day, and they were able to lose weight and improve their metabolism. Very achievable dosing, so tomato can actually do it.
When it comes to healthy foods, how you prepare them makes a big difference. To get the most nutrients from tomatoes, it's important to cook them the right way. Here's the best way to prepare tomatoes for the biggest health benefits.
But the lycopene is in a form that's called trans, and it's very difficult for your body to absorb. It's one chemical form of the lycopene. If you heat it, you change the chemical structure naturally, and you change the trans to the cis form, and suddenly your body can absorb it. So at 2 minutes of heating tomato sauce, you suddenly make it 50% more available. And after you simmer it for 30 minutes, it's 250 more available. And so again, how we treat our food makes a difference as well. There have been studies looking at cooking tomatoes in water, and you can actually get the lycopene out, and you can see that there's some lycopene that goes into the bloodstream. But lycopene is a fat-soluble, it's an oily molecule. It dissolves better in oil than in water, right? So oil and water don't mix. Lycopene loves oil. If you cook tomato sauce in olive oil, the lycopene gets into your bloodstream a lot more easily because it doesn't get flushed through. Now it gets absorbed into your body, all right, by a lot. What kind of olive oil would you want to use? If you look across many of the olive species, there are 3 varietals of olives that have the highest number of anti-angiogenic, cancer-starving polyphenols. One's Italian, from Umbria, Moriolo. One is Greek, from Peloponnesus. It's the Koroniki olive. One's from Spain. It's called the Picual olives.
Next in the list is pear. Pears are a gentle, fiber-rich fruit that support digestive health, which is key in preventing colon cancer.
This is a pear, and the reason pears are so great are the fact that they've got chlorogenic acid, which is a bioactive, also found in apples, that can actually activate your metabolism and help you burn down harmful body fat. And chlorogenic acid is also anti-angiogenic, means it actually stops blood vessels from growing to tumors. Pretty cool. One of the things that I love about pears is that it's got a lot of dietary fiber. So an average pear has got about 5 or 6 grams of dietary fiber per pear. And a study from MD Anderson showed that just having that amount of dietary fiber can lower the risk of tumor progression or death by about 30% in one study where they looked at people with melanoma on immunotherapy. And so here is actually a food that can actually make medical treatments work better. Dietary fiber, pear, one of my favorites.
With pears, you can eat the skin, so you got to wash it really, really well.
Next in the list is kiwi. This small, green fruit is packed with vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant that protects cells from damage caused by free radicals, unstable molecules that can lead to cancer over time.
Kiwi is packed with vitamins and antioxidants, and it's been shown that eating just 1 kiwi a day can actually cause your blood to be fortified to neutralize about 60% of the incoming damage from DNA. And if you eat 3 kiwis a day, okay, which is pretty easy, right? You can put it into a yogurt, okay? It's something that's simple, actually will build itself back up so that damaged DNA will be repaired.
This is a study, a very small study, but an important one that just shows a proof of concept out of Singapore. They gave female volunteers 2 kiwis a day for 4 days and then looked inside their stool to see what happens. In the first 24 hours, they had 35% more lactobacillus in their stool, just from eating the kiwi. The fiber in the fruit, feeding the bacteria, changing the population, and the bifidobacteria increased by 17% over the 4 days. These 2 bacteria, lactobacillus and bifidobacteria, they actually make other metabolites called short-chain fatty acids, or SCAFAs, that are anti-inflammatory. They alter our lipids and energy metabolism, and they actually help our gut have protective mucus layer. So you have less leaky gut kind of syndrome. So kiwi, who would have thought that the kiwi would have been beneficial to us on the basis of our microbiome? But now you have it.
Next is berries, a group of small but mighty fruits that Dr. William Li often recommends for their strong disease-fighting abilities.
Berries, and we started talking about berries, have this ellagic acid and anthocyanins. Dark berries like blueberries, blackberries, and even strawberries. You know, anthocyanin is a kind of a reddish, purplish natural dye that is anti-androgenic, immune-boosting activity. Eating berries actually is really helpful for your health defenses. So that's, by the way, if you have berries, please don't put tons of sugar on them. Let Mother Nature's sugar, most berries are not that sweet.
Under the category of berries, Dr. William Li often highlights strawberries for their powerful anti-cancer properties.
Strawberries have also been shown to actually improve your metabolism. And what's really interesting by eating strawberries is that although strawberries can be sweet, when they measured blood sugar, eating strawberries in a way to improve your metabolism not only decreased weight and waist size and lowered weight and decreased body fat, it also didn't raise blood sugar. So this whole idea, another kind of like common idea that's kind of like a paintbrush idea. Don't eat fruit. It's got too much sugar in it. It's got too much fructose. It might kind of sound like it makes sense on a casual level, but the science actually doesn't show that. And the reason is that the bioactives in the strawberry activate your body so it starts to burn down the bad fat. Okay, so you can actually metabolize even faster.
Finally, Dr. William Li frequently emphasizes the powerful health benefits of pomegranate juice.
I also drink pomegranate juice because it turns out that pomegranate juice can help us grow healthy gut bacteria that boosts our immunity. Here's what's in the juice. It's got something called ellagitannins. These are bioactives that can do a lot of great things. One of the things they do is actually they can cut off the blood supply to tumors, so they can starve cancer by cutting off the blood supply. But the other thing that they do is they improve your gut health by helping to grow a bacteria called Akkermansia. This is a guardian of the gut and guardian of health, and it actually comes from the pomegranate. So don't be afraid to pick one of these things up, eat the seeds, and juice them if you dare. Bacteria Akkermansia, which can be grown by drinking pomegranate juice or Concord grape juice or cranberry juice, that seems to be present in every patient who's a positive responder. They benefit. The tumor is wiped out by your immune system in people who get checkpoint inhibitors for their cancer, because we don't know who responds and who doesn't respond. We're beginning to find out that what you eat and how it happens to change the ecosystem of your diet, of your gut bacteria, looks like it can actually make a big difference. And that big difference could be life and death.
As a final point, Dr. William Li sums up his research on food as medicine by emphasizing that the right foods can play a crucial role in healing the body, preventing diseases, and boosting overall health, showing us that what we eat truly matters.
Eat fresh whole foods, mostly plant-based, and cut down or cut off red meat and ultra-processed foods. It's super easy. And remember, there are no superfoods. There's no single food that's going to protect you. It's all the foods that you choose to eat, the diversity, that can help keep our bodies strong. We choose to eat every single day can make a big difference in our immunity.